Hi, everybody. How are you today? Time to talk hot topics. Can you believe we're talking about Wendy Williams again, people? Again. So today we're going to talk about how Wendy Williams actually got in trouble for the stunt that she pulled at the beach when she said she was good. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how she's getting back with Kevin. Kevin! You heard me, people. Kevin, of all people. And we're going to talk about how Sherri Shephard's past may come back to haunt her. Remember, she has another child that she just refuses to meet. It's insane, people. It's insane. So let me go ahead, play my intro, allow more people into the room, and then we'll get right into it. Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Welcome AT2, Diva, V, and Perry. I decided to bring you guys up while I tell the story because I don't want to forget anything, and I want you guys to ask me questions. This is crazy. Okay, so let's start out with the beach.
Well, go ahead and slide the banner first, then. I'm gonna help you out. Yeah.
Hold on, people.
Can't forget that.
We cannot. Okay, we cannot forget that.
We don't know what Perry might say.
No, it's not Perry B. I think it's you.
So the last video we seen, and I don't need to play it again. I talked about on my channel. We talked about on AT2's channel. Was Wendy was on the beach and she was saying that she felt great and she couldn't wait till she came back and all of that stuff. And right away. See, you can't commit a crime on this channel. Right away, the chat was like, "What?" She gave the wrong age. She mentioned she was there to see her mother, and nobody well, some people believed it, but a lot of people didn't believe it. Did you believe it, AT2?
She gave the right age.
No, she didn't.
She said 56 when that video was made.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
People were suspicious of it right away. I think AT2
Right.
was suspicious. Everybody, right?
Yeah, when we did the 30-second countdown, it was a mixed bag. Like, some people believed it, some people didn't. Like, it was very mixed. I can't say I 100% believe it. I believe it to a certain extent. Like, she was fine when that video was made. I just don't know the date.
Right. Well, I agree with that.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I agree with that, and I had to give credit to the chat. The chat. See, I seen that video. I ain't catch the age or nothing, but the people in the chat, we got moms out there in the chats, daddies, FBI agents, doctors, lawyers.
Oh yeah,
they caught this stuff.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah. So they caught this stuff and bring it to our attention. So that's why this is the People's Channel.
This is the People's Channel for sure. So now Radar Online is reporting that the producers were furious with this video. Okay. Here's the article. It's on Radar Online. Let me put everybody back up so we can see. And they're upset because they said this was not a good idea. They have begged Wendy over and over to make a statement on her own show. The video didn't make sense to them either. They are livid, okay? And I would say pretty much done with Wendy. They said that whoever she's listening to is giving her bad advice. And they're just so upset. She did not inform them that this video was coming out or anything. Now, I know I hate to say this. There was rumors, maybe it's family members.
Tommy.
Maybe it was Tommy.
Tommy.
You messing up.
Y'all
Tommy.
think it's Tommy?
Tommy still messing up her career.
I hate to say it, but when he...
Say it, Sharrell.
when he came on the show and he tried to tell us that Wendy was fine, no one believed him then either.
Video.
Then he had to go find the old video to prove he was right.
Or that was the most recent video he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time he's seen her.
So now they're upset. They're really upset with her. They already didn't want to work with her anyway. But remember, they had an exit plan to bring Sherri on slowly and not upset the audience. But this is a done deal. Wendy is not coming back. And I wonder why they didn't make the announcement on her own show.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, people. Make it. But it gets worse than that. Now there's reports surfacing. Oh my God, this is the worst. That's why I had to bring you guys on now. I don't know what to make of it. They're saying that Wendy Williams doesn't have any friends, like good girlfriends and stuff like that. And so she is relying back on her ex-husband. And they're getting really close to, I know, I can't. I know.
That's almost like a sister wife situation.
Yeah.
Well, she wants her man back.
Well, I know, but she get to share her man with Serena, don't she?
And the baby.
Oh God, how you gonna be the main chick, and now you're gonna be the side chick? Wendy, make this make sense to me.
I mean, the side chick got the most out of the deal, so maybe she working on something.
Well, no, because she was the one paying for all the side chick stuff.
This is not making sense to me, Wendy. Leave Kevin alone. And that's why she's using his attorney again, LaShawn Thompson. Remember we were talking about her AD2?
Right.
Recommended from yours truly, Kelvin, whatever you call him. I call him no good Hunter. I don't understand this. This woman practically lost her mind being with him after this divorce, and you go back to him and he's still got a woman and a baby.
Right. She could have lost everything.
Well, she really did almost, right? Because she lost her mind after they split. She hasn't been writing on her show since. But remember, Sharrell, somebody said they felt Kevin Hunter's hands was in that pool in the Wells Fargo situation. Now we know. Now we know there's some truth in that. So he ain't getting back close to her just because he love her. He trying to get that money.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
You think so?
Oh yeah. He don't want her. He was that money.
Day one.
Yeah, that alimony is tied up in those funds that are on hold.
He don't care about the hold. He want all of it. He want the bankroll. And so that way, if he get close to her and he could be the one that's over the finances because she trusts him, he's going to take all that money. Come on, Wendy, wake up.
What about maybe, hold on, I got to play this for Bonji.
Smoke weed every day.
What could it also be, V, that she's just in love with this idiot?
She might be in love with him, but I don't think it's the other way around. I don't think so.
Right.
He in love with her. He in love with her money, but he's not. I don't think he in love with her.
He knows Wendy can be easily manipulated, so that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, who do we think put the beach tape out?
Look, you know what? The whole thing with that, I go back. If they froze the access to the bank, somebody had some kind of thing. Maybe they found this tape to try to manipulate the system to say Wendy's fine.
Who?
We got every day. I eat vegan food all day. Hey, I'm just great. I'm going to the gym afterwards. Bye, son. Go ahead and have a good day. Your mom's okay.
Tommy.
Can I ask you a question, Perry? Who put that tape out?
Tommy.
No, you know what though? I mean, it can go from. It had to be either Tommy, Kevin,
or Tommy.
Somewhere up in there. Yeah.
You know why I'm leaning towards Kevin now, Sharrell? Because Tommy didn't really have that much of her stuff. The husband, the ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, would have had that video that his son allegedly, filmed. He would have had access to it. Now I'm giving the side eye to Kelvin Hunter. He all in this. He's trying to get that money. So
is Kevin behind the tape?
Yes, he's the one that heard the sprinklings, like, oh, they don't believe, they think something wrong with Wendy. Now that he's back in the picture, he's the machine behind the madness. He is control everything. Yeah. So he's the cleanup man. He's like, let me come in here and clean this up, throw this video out there where she was well. You wish she was well, and we gonna fix the whole situation. And he trying to take her money. He don't want her, but he know that she still love him.
Right.
I agree with all that, but I think Tommy had that tucked away.
Think about it. Think about what Diva's saying.
No, I agree with Diva. I agree with it. But that one tape Tommy had been hanging on to for years. He went and dug it back out.
And don't forget about the pictures too.
Yeah, he think he in charge of her career. He is quickly going down the drain in Tommy's hands.
Oh man, that's sad.
Right. I feel like Kevin got the most to lose, so I can see him being like, "Hey, you got to get your stuff together so we can go ahead and get this going because I need my money. So you need to keep working." So I can definitely see Kevin being the person behind this, or Calvin Hunter.
I can see. Go ahead,
Perry.
I can see that tape popping up like that to try to help out with the Wells Fargo situation. Because, Tommy probably felt like he needed to prove something to us by having us think Wendy was fine. But I think it's more about the Wells Fargo, the finances.
Right. I was thinking it was the lawyer, but now I think it's Kevin behind it.
How did the tape help Wells Fargo?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if they say she's incompetent, right? Or whatever, right?
Right.
They showing some evidence of her being out there on her own in a hurricane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and surviving, and then saying how well she eats and going to the gym in the morning and at night. I think she said she'd go every morning, and then she'd go at night too.
Right. But that would prove the opposite of what they're trying to say about her, the tape. That's why it's got to be Tommy who's in charge of her image. That he ruined it.
The super chat says, I don't think Wendy remembers her divorce. So sad. Tommy and Kevin working together makes the most sense to me. Money train choo choo.
Choo choo.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
But you know what? The video wouldn't help them get conservatorship over the finances though, because that video is it's like proving that she is okay and can handle her own finances.
Right, exactly.
This is messy.
This is messy.
But Tommy, that's Tommy's job. He's trying to improve the image and show that she's okay. He's making a mess out of it, but he think he's doing okay.
Now let's move on to a bigger mess really quickly. Let's talk about Sherri Shephard and what might come back to haunt her. This happened so long ago that a lot of people forgot how it all went down. Now, Sherri Shephard married Lamar Sally. 3 years into their marriage, they decided together as a couple, they wanted a baby. They decided to get a surrogate. They used Lamar's egg and Lamar's sperm. He doesn't have an egg. Lamar's sperm and Sherri's donor egg. Okay. They got a surrogate to carry the baby. Now, Sherri had been complaining that Lamar wouldn't work. He was supposed to be a screenwriter, and he said he couldn't get a job or whatever. So 5 months into the pregnancy, now all this time, Sherri was excited. The surrogate will testify to. She would check on her every day. 5 months into the pregnancy, Sherri decides she wants a divorce and she wants nothing to do with the baby. I know, it's so crazy. She wants nothing to do with the baby. She never called the surrogate to tell the surrogate that they were divorcing. She just served Lamar papers and was over and started saying, that's your sperm and your baby. I don't want that baby. She refused to put her name on the birth certificate when the baby was born, forcing the surrogate's name, who don't want no baby. She probably don't even want no black baby. You know what I mean? She don't want no baby, forcing the surrogate's name. No, can you imagine? Like, you're just stuck with this kid.
Right.
On the birth certificate. She had to sue, Lamar and the surrogate had to sue to get Sherri Shephard's name on the birth certificate. And Lamar had to sue for child support, in which he got the judgment granted in his favor. Sherri's became they said, that's your baby. Because you can't do it. Like when you say you go into agreement for a surrogacy, you're saying that's my baby. Can you just carry this baby for me?
Right.
You have no legal rights.
Exactly.
So, Sherri, and then Lamar won a settlement of $4,100 a month, $4,100 a month. Okay. Sherri appealed the judgment. This is not a joke. To get her name removed. Yeah. To get her name removed. Sherri Shephard. To get her name removed again, in which they would not take her name off of. So that was her baby.
Wow.
She refuses to see the baby. Oh, let me give you a picture of the baby.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
They make one
deadbeat baby mama.
Deadbeat baby mama. She refuses to see the baby. She always says that's Lamar's baby. So this is the baby at birth. It's a little boy that he calls LJ, short for Lamar Jr. Here, let me show you another picture. And this is him now. Okay, so in 2017, Lamar tried to take Sherri back to court to raise the child support. Let me see if I can find that picture. This is what he looks like today. To raise the child support. Because he said Sherri did not, at the time she lived in New Jersey.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, that's so sad. Okay, so
he kind of looked like Sherri.
Well, it can't look like Sherri because it's not Sherri's egg.
Oh yeah, it's a donor egg.
It's a donor's egg.
But in the smile, though, I think it looked a little bit like Sherri, pay that child support.
So he took her back to court. Because at the time, Sherri lived in New Jersey, and he said that she hid her assets, that she made more money than she let on, so she could pay a small amount of child support as she can get. Plus, he said that the baby has some kind of chronic disease. But he was saying, his argument was, it doesn't matter because $4,100 a month seems like a lot to the average person, but he says it's nothing compared to what she makes.
Right.
Wasn't she on The View at that time?
No,
I think so, because I remember them talking about it on The View.
So the judge ruled in Sherri's favor. She said that even though Sherri lives in California, that case will remain in New Jersey. I don't know why. And that he was not to get an increase in child support payments.
What?
Right. Sherri tweeted this after the victory. Like, now this is a child here, Sherri, that we're talking about. For the record, I always offer to financially care for my ex-husband's son.
Oh, come on now.
The ex-husband's son.
Stop it.
No,
you know what?
Read it. I'm not making this up.
Man,
I understand, but because I was like, well, Sherri is sort of funny and stuff. It's not that much humor in the world. If you refuse to claim your own child.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Sharrell. Sorry.
What he was demanding was not fair and allowed him to not work. She's been saying that the whole time. That's the reason for the divorce is he won't work. She doesn't mention the baby. This is another thing. And so his argument was, I work, but that doesn't mean you get to get a kickback off of child support. And she said, my ex-husband says he works part-time, 20 to 30 hours a week. He's a substitute teacher. I work a minimum of 15 hours a day. I've always had to hustle to take care of mine.
Well, she damn sure ain't claiming.
I don't know if you guys remember when she was on The View, her first husband, she has a child named Jeffrey. And I think his last name is I can't remember the first husband's name, took her to court to get custody over Jeffrey because he said that Sherri's a bad mother and she's self-centered. That's two husbands that calling her a bad mom. Now, if she gets the job at on the syndicated talk show that used to be Wendy Williams, Lamar's going to take her back to court because now he can definitely prove you're making more money. Sherri is
Sharrell, so she have two kids.
Yeah, she's got a kid named Jeffrey,
and she's the mother, but don't really have custody of either.
No, she got custody of Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey. Oh, she do. Okay, I mean, but even that, I don't. It's a whole bunch of deadbeat fathers out there, right? And just paid stuff, but for a woman not to claim their child,
that's bad.
Whoa, for me. I don't know. I'm not a good look. I mean, because I couldn't count on bringing somebody in. If you abandon your kid, they might be better off with Wendy because ain't no telling if she have a bad day, she just be a no-show for a year. I mean, if you would take off, huh?
You mean Sherri?
Sherri.
You know Sherri.
Saying Sherri. I mean, you bringing this problem on, but you got a background on sort of what she value. And if you don't value your child, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If you don't value your child, I don't know what else. Shit, you lost all your
the argument that that's not her egg.
See, you know what, Sharrell? Let me say this. She got a lot of problems with her situation. First, she wanted to talk about him not working. Well, baby girl, he wasn't working when you met him and married him. Ooh. He wasn't writing all of these screenplays and movies and all that. So now, after the fact, right, you want to claim, oh, he don't work. He only worked 10 hours. But you knew that when you said, I do. So then you continued on. You got his sperm, you borrowed an egg, you made a baby, and then you decide that you had enough and you done with him and you don't even want to acknowledge the baby. So the courts had to force you to put the name on the birth certificate. Baby girl, your name is on the birth certificate. That's your child. You dead wrong. You dead wrong for not trying to acknowledge that child and take care of that child. Just like we get on the men when they don't want to pay child support, we're going to get on you. You got to pay for this baby. The baby is yours. You need to go meet it and take Jeffrey with you to meet his brother and pay the money. Now, you chose these two men. It ain't our fault you chose them. You chose them. Right. You made your bed. You got to lie in it. So you got to pay husband number one and you got to pay husband number two. Try to choose better next time. Go to therapy before you get with the next man. But you doing this little baby dirty is so wrong, Sherri, and I was rooting for you. Now I may have to pull my vote back.
Sharrell, okay, somebody in the chat just said this too, right? When you said, well, what is her argument about it's not really her egg? Somebody just said it's simple, and that's why her name on the damn birth certificate, okay? She ordered the egg. She facilitated this creation of this child. I'm sure if it was no signature there from Sherri, that shit would have never happened.
That's like adopting a child and then trying to give it back.
And then leave him on somebody else's front porch step. You know what I'm saying? That is messed up.
So because my thing is like, is she trying to claim that he done snuck the egg and then put the sperm and then got this on his own? Like, obviously there was some kind of agreement. So Sherri needs to take care of her responsibility. And doesn't she want her son to have a brother, like a sibling?
I know,
you know what I mean?
I know. So are we all in favor that if she gets this job, which will definitely show an increase in pay, that she needs to up the child support payments?
Exactly. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I mean, since she's a permanent co-host, it needs to be increased.
Oh, Sherri.
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, she can work those 15 hours a day and all this stuff. But you know what? You work 15-hour days. You can dedicate 15 hours to a damn job, but you can't dedicate it 1 hour to the kid that you signed up to support. It's bad.
Take care of your kids, Sherri. Take care of your kids, Sherri.
That's bad.
Also, when you need to go, you can go. Okay.
Okay.
Andre, what do you want to sound off first? Because
I want to talk about Sherri. Sherri, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ordered that child. Pay for that child. Okay. That's your responsibility. Your responsibility. Now, Wendy. Oh, Jesus. You know what? That show you that Wendy have really lost her mind. If she's going to take Kevin back and let Kevin have control over her life and her finances. That's why I kept saying, everybody about, let Wendy come back. Let Wendy come back. Wendy is not able to come back as a responsible person. She needs to take a whole year and try to get her mind, her body, especially her mind together. I am so sick of Wendy and Kanye West running around amok in these streets.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
That's all you got to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired today. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, we like, what? Okay. Thank you, Andrea. Take care.
Father said bye.
Bye. We used
But
to
you
have a
know,
great talking.
I feel
Hi,
like they kind
Autumn.
of. I feel like they kind of isolating Wendy a little bit because you got to remember, like when she's in New York, she's like by herself. So when she's in Florida, she's with her family, and that can help, you know, with your health, morale, mental, and everything like that. So I think there's something going on with the producers, executives, all that. There's some kind of battle going on with the business side over there.
Well, yeah, they're mad at her. They don't want her back. They
Right.
don't want her back.
Well, I think they was upset too. Sherrell, what was it? They was upset about how can you go out there and say how you can walk miles through a hurricane, go to the gym, but you can't show up to your own job.
Yeah.
Remember they said that? You can't come and sit in a pink chair or whatever they said.
Yeah.
So why
People get
can't you do that?
fired for scamming workers' comp. That's what she's doing. She's scamming workers' comp.
No,
Yeah.
her job is more than just 1 hour a day, though. They have production meetings that you have to schedule the guests. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that she has to do. Sitting in a chair is all we see. So maybe it's a lot more than she can handle right now. That's what I had to say about Wendy. But I just want you guys to know.
I mean, since you said that, but how many hours are you talking about?
A lot.
I mean, because it seems like you, Wendy's aunt, like, so you know, they have the meeting, they do all this.
Wendy's aunt.
Yeah.
She's older than me, Perry. Thank you very much. By a lot. Thank you very much. We're not going to do that.
You know what they think about Autumn? If you can go on the beach in the wind, in the thunderstorm, in a hurricane, and make a statement, then you could have made a statement with us for your own show from your house via Skype, like we do everybody else, and said you're okay. How dare you do it some other way when you got a show over here? You should have spoke to your fans for us on your own show and said something. That's what they pissed about, and they rightfully so.
Right.
And they right.
Because but why do we get to say how she has to do it? Like, why does she have to do it our way? And even if she did it that way, somebody won't be pleased with that. She's supposed to be relaxing or doing rehab. So she was up in the Malibu rehab center for women or whatever behind closed doors. We'll be okay with that. But because she decided to go out to the beach and watch the sunrise, we don't like that. That's too much for us to handle.
Autumn, you missing a point though.
Yeah,
right? I mean, you missing a total, and I mean, we're on the wrong page here. No, it's not our business. We said the producers of the show is upset. It's our business. It's our business now because we read it. It's our business because I think they gave us a phony tape on the beach.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I don't think they're trying to fool the producers at this point. I think they're trying to fool everybody outside on the panel besides you, because I think they got you fooled.
You gonna leave Autumn alone. You gonna leave Autumn alone.
Today I came up for all the smoke because I agree with Sherri. If I was in Sherri's situation, I'm not taking care of that kid neither. If people could have kids that they don't want to take care of and they walk away from them, not saying that it's right, but it happens every day. So what would be more detrimental? Exactly. I see it. What's more
Okay, Autumn, people rob banks every day too, but are you signing up to rob a bank?
Let her finish.
What's more detrimental for her to pretend to be part of this child's life, knowing that she doesn't have any connection to it, don't want to be there, don't want to be involved, and then be quote unquote made to and take it out on the child? I'd rather you tell me from the door. Like she said, I have no problem with giving the money to take care of it, but I don't want to have anything to do with anything else. Now, does that sound harsh? It does. It sounds real messed up. But in her mind and in her argument, when this all happened, she said she felt as though he scammed her into marrying him. So she felt the whole marriage was a scam. She tried to have it annulled, but she couldn't have it annulled. So along with the marriage being a scam, during the process, they ended up conceiving this child. And during that, she said, I wash my hands of this whole thing. Now, you might legally keep me bound to you through this child for the next 18 years. That's all I'm going to do is send the money. I don't want to be involved. You rather her lie? You rather
Oh my
lie?
God.
No one
Yeah.
can trick you into having a surrogate now. You know, like that's a little extreme.
Come
I'm
on.
horrified.
Like nobody can trick
What
you
about
into.
the child? The child did not ask to be brought into this world. Who's gonna love and take care of that kid? She's blaming the child for something Lamar did.
Okay, so
Autumn.
let's ask
Okay, Autumn, let me ask you this question.
Future's baby's mother's the same thing with all them kids that he got that he's not coming by to see. Or how about Tristan, all them babies that he ain't coming by to see.
Right.
And the list
And
goes
Autumn,
on
the
and
person
on and
listening,
on.
Yeah.
They are wrong. They are wrong too. We on the panel saying they're wrong. You saying no, it's fine for Sherri.
No. I'm not saying that she's not wrong. I'm saying she's dead wrong. But I say that I rather her be honest and not pretend that she was going to do something that she wasn't going to do and get this baby's emotionally attached to her, knowing I don't want to be around this kid. That would be more detrimental. That's
So she
what I'm
didn't
saying.
realize her marriage was a scam until the baby was like 5 months. I mean,
No.
5, you know.
No. She realized it in the process. She had the signs well before. She tried to ignore it. But then she found out some information where she found out that he was supposedly working somewhere and he wasn't. And then his whole facade and everything she found, she thought she knew about him, blew up, and it wasn't so. It just so happened they was in the process of having this baby. That's the same as right now. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan got eggs in the nest, right? Now, what if they had hired that surrogate and the surrogate actually was carrying it? Do we expect that Khloe Kardashian now has to be with Tristan just because they went ahead with
No.
it?
Autumn.
Who's supposed to be the baby's mother?
Well, he'd have to go marry somebody else, like
Okay,
everybody.
That's where you need to go around the panel and let everybody talk.
Like Autumn, the child is not responsible for Sherri's mistake. If Sherri
Right.
picked a bum, that's on Sherri. Do you
Mhm.
expect the child to raise itself?
No,
Do you know
she's
how many
going to.
mothers would be giving kids back if they were going by the circumstances that she's in, that the husband didn't turn out good? Do you know how many orphans it would be out here?
I get it. That's how come the child support courts is around the corner. You know how many men every day just send a child support check and are not involved? Why can't she do that?
We got to stay focused on Sherri right now. We got to stay focused on Sherri. So Sherri's name is on the birth certificate, right? And and she got her ex-husband's name is on there. This child has the right to know when they look at their birth certificate, who is that you saying is my mama?
Yeah.
Why have I
Okay, so
never met her? Why have I never met her? Is that the one I see on TV? Why doesn't she like me, but she likes her other son, Jeffrey? No, she is dead wrong for this order. You gotta come a little bit better. It's not
Okay,
right.
so let me say this, Diva. That's why she didn't want her name on the birth certificate. Because I'm telling you from the door, I don't want to be part of this child's life. So when this child now sees me on TV and says, why is she not part? Those questions you now have to answer. Because I told you from the door, I did not want to be involved. Now you're going to force me to.
You told me 5 months into the pregnancy.
Right. You can't do backseas as a
And I don't even think you
Right.
could get an abortion at 5 months. I really don't think so. Like, it's too late. Let's say she was carrying the baby. Then what would she do? Just
Right. Or what
the
if that
baby?
was her egg? You know, what if that was Sherri's egg? Would she still give it away? Like, come on now.
Like the father ain't gonna change. He who he is. But
So,
the baby.
so what if
is the
she would have
baby.
decided, what if she was naturally carrying this child and decided, I don't want to have this child because I found out you defrauded me. Now I'm going to give this child up for adoption. Would it be a problem? It's the same thing. I don't want to be involved.
Okay, right. Okay, but the same thing, we get back to this point,
I'm
though.
horrified.
When I look at you, I'm going to look at you as this horrible parent. That's all we saying.
Right.
Okay.
We're not
And I
going to
think
Sherri's
she's
door
okay
to
with that.
handcuff her to take her downtown.
But and by the way, there are a lot of people in the chat supporting Autumn. So it's not just Autumn who thinks like that. People are saying that is not her baby.
Yeah.
No, that's messed up. That's messed up. You saying backseas to a human being? I take it back.
Do it
I don't
every
want
day.
to.
She's not
I'm
the only
done.
one. She's not, and I'm not saying that she's right. Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that's her right to do it. And it happens in this story, that story. Why is this one all of a sudden? It's because it's a mother, and we get judged harsher than men do every day.
Wait, Autumn, when a man walks away from his family, is that right?
No, it's not. But do we judge them? And now, okay, you
Yeah,
guys
I
are saying,
do.
wait,
No one
but wait,
wants to
listen.
date
But look
Future.
how far you took it. Y'all was saying now you don't even want her to be the host of the show. Really?
No, we didn't say we didn't want her to be a host. I said when he comes back and asks for child support, it's going to be hard for her to say she doesn't make more money anymore.
Okay. Diva, did you say that you take your vote back for having her take the show?
I said I'm gonna take back my vote. Yes,
Yes.
I feel a little different. I
Right.
feel a little sideways because
Exactly.
little LJ now has Sherri Shephard name on his birth certificate, and it's gonna mess him up for life when he finally gets to look at his birth certificate and say, "Oh, that's my mama." She can't do backsies as an adult. This is a child. This is a human being. This is dead wrong. This is a travesty.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Why
So
stop
should
at a young,
Tristan?
why
Should
stop at a
Tristan
young
Thompson?
age as a baby? Why didn't she wait till he got 16 and decide she don't want to be involved? Why stop at being a baby? Well, if that's the case, well, when he got 16 and start acting up, you can give him back. I don't want to be involved.
But she didn't wait that long. Let's keep with what actually happened. What actually happened is she knew from the door. Now, Diva.
I'm just paraphrasing because it's the same thing.
Okay,
Once you have a child, you have a child. You cannot give it back.
Okay, but Diva.
Yes.
So Diva, and with that example that you just gave about not being able to, you taking your vote back this, that, and third, should Tristan now be kicked out the NFL? I mean the NBA because he ain't taking care of his kids?
Listen. You dragging Tristan into this. I want you to stay focused, but let me tell you, I dragged Tristan for filth. Okay, and telling people what to have, abortions and all that with their body. But right now we got to stick to Sherri Shephard here. And with Sherri Shephard and the name, you didn't want your name on the birth certificate, but guess what? The judge hit the gavel and your name is on there. Take responsibility for what is right now. Your name is on the birth certificate. You are the baby's mother. Stand up, rise up, and be a mama.
Autumn, go ahead and finish dragging Diva, and then I'm going to take some more calls.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out here with birth certificates with parents, i.e., daddy's names on them, and if they trip and fell over them today or tomorrow, they wouldn't know who the heck they are.
That's true.
So we're going to continue to sport wrong.
I'm not saying it's okay, but
we got to correct wrong when we see it one person at a time. And right now, it's Sherri's day. She's wrong.
Okay.
But Autumn, from a business standpoint, Autumn, you have to look at this. The Wendy Williams show is kind of based on her demographic is women. And so this looks bad. Like if it was like a woman who's like wild or
I wouldn't give that man a dime.
Okay, so you said so this doesn't deter you from her being the host, possibly.
Absolutely not. I knew this is an old story as far as what happened with this baby. I was used to watching when she was on The View and when all of this started. And when she took over the co-hosting job and was considered for this, I never brought up, oh, she's not taking care of that baby, this, that, and the third. I didn't think twice of it. I wish I would pay for a baby that you scam me into having. And I have an option not to. And money to pay a lawyer to get out of it. You go, girl.
Is it your choice?
That was Sherri's decision.
Yeah, I guess he pulled some
no.
signals from everything.
That's true. That's true. But by the time she found out, she got it. Like I said, I'd rather her do it before the baby was born and put it in the sand. I don't want to be involved. Now, if she would have waited years later, got involved, then that baby was calling her mother and this, that, and the third, and then she snatched her love away. That to me would be disgusting. But she said it from the door, put her hands up, said, don't even put my name on that birth certificate. Now, if you go on and put my name on there, I'll give you the money, but I'm not giving you my time. So it is what it is at this point.
Oof.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Look, we got to move on because I got a long line. He's going to come back, so we better prepare this battle. We're going to have this video again. We're going to be like, should Lamar get the child support or shouldn't he? It's going to be great. All right. Thank you, Autumn, for speaking your mind.
Thanks, Autumn.
Thank you, Autumn.
No problem. Everybody have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Oh.
Part 2.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, how you doing?
Let's
What's
talk
up?
about Sherri Shephard first, because I'm heated. Do you think Sherri Shephard's a monster?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna use the word monster, but this is what I think. I think this. I think that everybody gets into relationships that sometimes is messy. But if you're sitting in that relationship and you come to an understand that you're going to bring a life into the world, if you use another human being, then you have to take responsibility. Now, I understand you might be mad because a man did you wrong, allegedly. But once the judge come down on you and say, look, you're responsible, you're paying for all these years, see the baby, love on the baby. You're already paid for it. I mean, you're already paid. I'm sorry, listen, you know, now I'm trying to read a little too. You already paid for the, you know, you've done this paying. You see what you're paying for. Go down. Don't be so hard. You know, it's over. You lost the legal battle. So don't be sitting around being bitter about that. Also, I want to say, unless we know, and we don't know, that he sat up there, said, look, baby, I want to be with you on this kind of thing. Let's get a child. Maybe it was her decision to have it. Maybe she said he's not working, decided I don't want to have a child with this man. But the court said, listen, once you got somebody to create this, it's a wrap. Relationships are messy, but it's not the responsibility of the children you bring into the world to fix it. You know, people get
amen, Mel. Amen.
This is what happens all the time. So I think that I do look at. I forgot about this story. I do look at Sherri in the sideways. And I'm thinking, oh damn! I remember when it was out. I was like, yeah, it is messed up. And you know, once she lost the case, I understand when it first happened. I was like, okay, it was whatever. Once you lost it, now you're just being mad and bitter. And the kid don't got nothing to do with it. So now you're paying for it and you lost the case. Please see the baby and interact, because maybe he will see you on TV and say, why is she paying for things for me, but she's not want to be bothered? You know, I understand, as you know, she's a Black woman. I'm a Black man, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on there when it comes to the idea of men using Black women who are successful to take care of them. I get that. Mary J. Blige. We can go down the whole list of things, but you know, that happens sometimes. It's just something that happens in life. You don't have to blame the person, the baby that you decide you want to bring into the world. That's just the way I feel.
What, Mel? We got to move on to Wendy. Back with Kevin. Oh God. What is going on, Mel?
I don't. You know what? V took me out when she said maybe that was the age that she was when that video was made. That was very funny. Very funny moment. I love that. I love that little singer right there. You know what? I think that Wendy Williams should just be watching Rachel Ray to see that Rachel Ray did not go. She doesn't go to her studio. She does all her stuff in her home. And I don't see it why Wendy Williams would not do what she did at the beginning of the pandemic.
Wendy said she didn't like that. She didn't like doing it in her home.
I know, but you know, it might be a way to do it instead of running on the beach somewhere. You know, she can be in her home and try to do something, whatever. But if she can't do it or don't want to do it, then they need to move on, basically.
I'm going to put you in the hot seat. Do you believe that video?
Do I believe it was filmed this century?
Yeah.
This century.
I mean, could be, possibly. I don't know. I think so. She looked at it. Whatever time, like V, I'm going to piggyback off her. That was very funny. Whatever time she made the video, honey, she was lucid and looking good. Mm-hmm. You know, the dates could be, you know, forged. Who knows?
And last question, Mel. The networks, they're pissed at her. They're saying, we asked you to come on the show, your own show that's titled after you, to say something, and you go frolicking on the beach. Do you agree why they're mad?
I agree. I think that didn't make no sense to me, but I think that you, as your channel and so many other places have said, there's been like turmoil at that set on that, you know, program. Yeah. So maybe it's a power move. Maybe her lawyer, somebody said, listen, don't deal with them. Go out there and do your own thing. You know, remember, I think a couple months ago, we had Nina Leakes, you know, who I loved, and she had some problems. So maybe she's being advised by wrong people how to strategize. But, you know, I think it would make more sense to go to the audience who loves you, to say, this is what I'm going through. This is what I feel.
I'm going to put you in the hot seat one more time. I lied. I said the last question was my last
That's
question. Okay. This is an inside job. Who put that video out? Kevin or Tommy?
You know what? Could it have been both of them? Maybe they both in cahoots.
Yeah, it could have been.
Maybe both of them put it out. Who knows what's going on?
But, all right, Mel. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for taking our point of view on Sherri. We appreciate it. Take care, Mel.
Thanks, Mel.
I love Mel. Next, we got Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian.
Hello.
Hey,
First
Sebastian.
of all, I was always cautious about Sherri. I never liked Sherri for the Wendy. I never liked her. Something about her just did not rub off on me. I never liked her. And about Wendy, I hope that video was not very old. I hope it was probably at least 2 weeks old, not that old. And the network, I understand why they're mad, but there's no reason to be mad at her. There's no reason.
Sebastian, wake up.
Come on, Sebastian.
No, that is her show. She has every right to make her statement whenever, however she wants to make her statement.
Sebastian.
But create a whole new Instagram though? Like,
Yes.
come on.
Is it her network?
No, it's not her network. She's on 3 networks. She's on 5.
Well, no. I mean, because you want to know how much of a show it is. Is it really truly her show when her ass is not on the show? No, I'm saying, Sebastian, you know, like I mean, some people I think get so caught up into Wendy and such a super fan.
You're right.
That it's almost like they bump their head 4 or 5 times.
Okay, you're right.
Okay, you're not gonna beat up on Sebastian Perry. You're not gonna do it.
I'm a super fan of the Wendy Williams show. I really am. I love Wendy Williams. She knows how to bring on the shade very well. She knows how to, especially if this whole Kanye and Kim nonsense, she would have taken that. Her show would have been so great with this nonsense.
Yeah.
Yes.
If she would have remembered their names, Sebastian.
Don't say that.
Oh, diva! I can't take
Shots fired.
Don't do that to Wendy. Please don't. And about Sherri and this baby thing, Sherri is completely wrong about it. First of all, I don't even want to listen to people who are saying that she was scammed into having this child. No. You're not scammed into signing a legal contract saying that you will take all the rights of a child, even though it's not logically yours. It is legally yours. This is yours, Sherri. But first of all, I think she's the one who looked for a surrogate, because I don't think the guy looked for a surrogate. I think she looked for the surrogate.
Yeah. I remember that. You're right.
Oh.
And it took her 8 months to find the surrogate. I remember that now.
Surrogate. You looked for the
Sherri.
Sherri is just a bad person.
And second of all,
I don't promote Sherri Shephard not taking responsibility for her child because that's not her egg. I don't promote Nick Cannon going around town impregnating people.
Myrtle.
Like, I promote families, mother and father home. If there's just can't work, then you get a divorce. But we should try to make this work. And even if they didn't make it work,
they could
co-parent. Have a child.
Come on, Sebastian. Now you awake, Sebastian.
Right.
Autumn was explaining something about, I don't blame Sherri. Like, you're the one who literally allowed your husband's sperm to be implanted into this woman. Yeah. You allowed it. You did it. And also, don't forget, this all falls on the husband, because obviously Sherri doesn't want to do nothing with the baby. The surrogate mother has no rights or anything to do with this baby, because her contract was done after her 9 months was out. That's all. Because remember in Atlanta, when they had when Candy was doing her surrogate, remember what they said? Once the baby's out, they bring the actual mother, the biological mother, into a room, and they make the baby go on her. Yeah, they don't make it go on the surrogate. That's exactly what happens. So the surrogate, everyone is saying, why can't the surrogate take charge of her baby? It's not her baby. She just had a contract to carry a baby. I understand it's her ex, but she was just there to just carry it out.
Yeah.
Right. She did her part. She did her part.
Yeah. Legally, she did her part.
Thank you, Sebastian, for calling, and I appreciate your opinions.
No problem.
Thanks, Sebastian.
The money.
Yeah.
Let's keep trying to bring people in.
Sherri, they need
What's up, Ruth?
Hey, Ruth.
Uh-oh.
How are my people?
Good.
Okay, so what do you want to sound off on first, Ruth?
Everything.
Who first?
Wendy.
Okay, go ahead.
Wendy, they've come to finish you, girl. What? They're gonna take Wachovia.
Who get ready to finish her?
Kelvin.
What?
And the mistress.
Ruth, stop.
Sure, you really think Kelvin wants to help Wendy?
Well, I don't understand her even. The whole Kelvin thing is just, it just doesn't make sense, Ruth. Why is he back in the picture?
Right.
He's come to finish off the job. What help can this man give Wendy?
I don't know. I don't know
nothing. And the fact that now Wendy is very fragile, he can do a better job than before.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, I've been through this thing before, but mine wasn't like this. But he doesn't care. He cares less. His son is grown. Their biological son is grown. And it is what it is. And she doesn't live a good life anyway. She's always on drugs. So she might as well go. I'm going to get this money. Nobody is saying it. Nobody is saying it.
I gotta turn off my camera. Like
she's always on something. So how's she gonna know, what's going on? Might as well go and leave us the cash.
Damn.
I don't know. Harry, does anybody want to respond to Ruth?
You can't respond.
I ain't got nothing to say.
It's the truth. Wendy has always been in and out of rehab. She's always on it. So what's the point of her, hanging on to Wachovia with, when we're here, we're trying to leave. Might as well take it on, let her go down.
Oh my God, you should see the audience. They're like, yeah, Ruth just said it.
We need a special banner for Ruth because
I said it. People, you don't want to beat around the bush. This guy has come to finish off Wendy. There's no, leaving anything. He will turn every stone, get half of Wachovia and his mistress, and they gone. He'll give little Kevin something, a tip. And I'll see you on Saturday or Sunday dinner, whatever.
Not little Kevin.
Yeah. Ruth, I agree with you. There's no reason for Kevin to be back in the picture in any form, fashion. He needs to stay gone. He's bad news. I don't know what Wendy's doing.
A good scenario is this. In the middle of a hurricane, do you really expect your enemy to save you?
Nope.
No. Thank you.
What's your thoughts on Sherri Shephard?
I can say that she is wrong for doing that. But on one side, I love kids. I love kids with all my heart. I wouldn't want somebody who doesn't want to be around my child to be around my child.
I get that part.
I don't want this person with negative energy who damage my kids' emotions or get him hooked up to, looking at this woman as my mother. She's got money, she's famous and all this, but she cannot acknowledge me. I wouldn't want my child to grow up with that hate, because at the end of the day, that child will end up in therapy, drugs, and,
but the kid's going to ask you one day, who's my mother?
Right. I mean, that's true, though. I mean, and I get what Ruth's saying.
There are so many kids who have been neglected in this world. Yeah. And some of them, they end up in very high positions. Good example is Barack Obama. I cannot say more than that.
So you're saying, Ruth, that if you were Lamar, you would keep him away from Sherri because Sherri doesn't want to be a mom, and you wouldn't put your son through that.
Sherrell, you tell me, you are a woman, a mother. I'm a mother, I'm a woman. Tell me what mother can ever say that on a child who is not even yours?
None.
That's a messed up woman. You don't want your child to be around that. Let her pay that $4,100 and keep moving. Lamar needs to get a job anyway. He scammed the girl. Just get a job and do what everybody does.
No, I get that part, but I think the whole thing is this too, right? Nobody's saying, I mean, for sure, I'm not saying that she need to go there and be a full-time mother at this point.
No.
Because the kid is better off without her if she don't have good intentions. Yeah. I'm saying the responsibility is still there. They was going to court for child support. Mm-hmm. And also I was saying this, it shows me about her character.
Right.
That's the part with Autumn. We can go back, Tristan, They don't have good character to me. If you ain't a good father or a good mother, then you ain't shit to me.
Let me tell you something. We all mixed up in this world. We pretend to be good when we're messed up. We people, we are not perfect. We are good for something and we ain't shit. But at the end of the day, you need to protect yours. If you see people who are coming with shit towards your children, just keep your kids behind you, and protect them. People are messed up today. I just had witnessed a woman who killed her own child because the child dropped a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Protect your children. Let all these hungry people, money hungry people, let them be. Just protect your kids at the end of the day. But when
I like that. You're saying if Lamar's going to take responsibility and be the father, then he needs to take full responsibility and don't put his child near that woman.
In danger.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Just be the dad. Just do it all.
I think that's what he is doing. He realized it. But I think, like Perry said, all we're saying is that she's still dead wrong for what she did. But yes, it probably is in the good intention of the baby. If she don't want to be in the baby's life, that she just stay away from it. But you still got a financial obligation. And when you get this raise on the shows, you're going to have to pay more money. And you need to pay it.
Right.
Exactly.
Garnish some Wendy Williams checks from Sherri.
Lamar needs to get a job too.
He needs to get a job, but she's going to have to pay more money. It's just...
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy should get a job, but then how old is the kid? I mean, because there's a lot of mothers. I mean, if he ain't got daycare or whatever, since he is a single parent, okay, let's keep it real. It's not easy for a single parent. If he can do what he can do, but the main thing is, since she built on her damn responsibilities, if she can afford to give financial need while he physically take care of the kid, I think it's a good thing.
Because Lamar needs to call Kevin because Kevin, he's gonna check out.
That is so wrong. Let me try to get some more calls in because we almost been an hour. I'm gonna keep you up here, Ruth, because we ain't seen you in a while. Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Is that your picture?
Yeah, that's me.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, what did you want to add to the conversation?
So I didn't catch the first part, what you said about Wendy, but just from what I've been watching over the videos and stuff that I've read, I'm in agreement with Miss Ruth. I mean, I really think that the brother Tommy, I think he could be in cahoots with her ex-husband. I think that's a strong possibility. Wow. I also think it's a terrible idea for her to put a 21-something-year-old boy as guardianship or whatever it is over her money. I think that's crazy. I mean, at 20-something years old, I'm just going to spend all your money because I'm excited I got all this money now. Like, to me, that's just crazy. I think you
think Kevin could be in cahoots with Tommy?
Tommy is crazy. When you had that interview with him, he literally said, I love doing this. And I'm like, why didn't nobody catch that? He loves being in front of the
I didn't
camera.
notice that either until you said that, right? He did say that.
He's about himself. And somebody else said it on that same panel of that show. Do you remember when Wendy was on her show? It was like in 2019. And you know how she always talks to Suzanne. And Tommy had said something and she went on her show the next day and she said, Suzanne, I got all this dirt on Tommy. You remember? And then Suzanne's like, yep, like she always does. And she's like, he better not. Like, he needs to stop. And that was when she was in her right mind.
Yeah.
I got a sneaky suspicion that Kevin can't stand Tommy.
I don't know about that, but I think they're both after the same thing. Which is her money. And to be honest, I really can't feel bad for Wendy. I don't hate Wendy, but I don't like her either. Remember when she doxed that rapper's wife's medical records?
Yeah.
I can never forgive somebody for that because he went back and he said, I didn't even tell my own family. He said, my wife is at home losing her hair and you had enough nerve to tell the world that she's dying from cancer or whatever it is she had. That was wrong of Wendy to get a listen or a view or wherever she was at that point off of that. She was dead wrong. And that's not the only thing she's done. She's done so many other things, releasing celebrities' information without their knowledge and accusing people of being gay and all of this stuff. And I'm not for that. You don't get to try and make somebody else's emergency your news. I don't like how she does that. So to me, karma is karma. I never feel bad when it comes around, even though, yes, it can look sad. Yes, she's deteriorating. It's messed up, but at the same time, you did it to yourself, Wendy. So why are we expected to feel sad for you? Damn. I don't feel sad. It is a sad thing that's happening, but I cannot feel sad given what everything she's done. And I can't forgive her for doing that to that rapper. That was so wrong. You don't release somebody's medical information like that. Not only is it illegal, it's morally wrong and irresponsible. Yeah. So Wendy, you did it to yourself. Now on Sherri, I cannot stand Sherri. I don't hate because I'm Christian, but I'm right at the cusp of it. But God tells me I can't hate her, but if I could, I would. She is evil. She is the devil herself. So I'm happy that this came back up because I used to watch The View, couldn't stand her and Elizabeth Hathback. I had to get out of it. And then she left, and then I started watching it again. Then that crazy Meghan McCain girl came on, and I left again. But with Sherri, I can't stand her. But from a legal standpoint, why can't she act a fool like she's acting? Why can't she? There are so many people that want to get pregnant by this guy that they fall in love with, and then a few months go by, and they broke up, and then they get an abortion. What? No, nobody's saying anything about that. People getting abortions at 5 and 6 months. So why can't Sherri say, okay, we'll get together and make this child, and wait, okay, our marriage is dissolving. Okay, now I want to walk away. I'm not saying
that's different. Somebody else is carrying her baby. Yeah, she's not carrying her own. Somebody else is carrying her baby.
But why does that make it different? It should never be the surrogate's responsibility. That was dead wrong for them to force that lady. That would make me never want to do that again. That was dead wrong for them to put the surrogate's name on the birth certificate. That was wrong. Should Sherri's name be on the birth certificate? 100%. Should she be forced to be in part of that child's life? No. You guys, Tristan Thompson, the last baby he just fathered, like a month ago or whatever, he literally already has a contract drafted saying, I will not be a part of this child's life.
Does that make it right? Does that make it right?
No. But what I'm saying is people don't need to be up in arms about what other people do. Now, it's dead wrong of her morally to go around and talk about to try and I thought it was wrong for her to appeal the decision that the trial court made about her name not being on the birth certificate. It absolutely should be, but it doesn't mean I got to come see you. Now let me take it back even further. Do you remember
you're not going to pay the price when that baby's running around town with Kanye tendencies and needs therapy because they didn't have a damn mom.
Okay, Sherri, I'm going to Sharrell. I'm so sorry, man. Sharrell.
Don't call me Sherri.
I'm now. I wish I wouldn't have put my son's father on the birth certificate because now I've been living the hell for 7 years. So what I'm trying to tell you, no, and I live in the state of Minnesota. I'm 35 minutes away from Minneapolis. Uh-huh. You don't have to put literally. I remember when we were going through our issues, and it got to the point where I was 4 months pregnant, and me and my mom decided, you know what, this guy is hell. I'm black, he's white, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. And so I wasn't gonna put him on the birth certificate, and I didn't. And I didn't put him on. Right. All you can literally go down to the welfare office, and they'll ask, do you know the name of the father? You can literally say no, and then guess what? You'll get your benefits, and then he doesn't go on the certificate when the child is born. That's it. So what I'm saying
what we saying though? I say this. I mean, because let's touch back on this whole thing. Nobody's saying, we saying that she had a responsibility. I think we all agree with that. She can walk away from her responsibility. Nobody's forcing her to be in that child's life. And it's like other people brought up on the panel, Ruth and everybody else, that no, if a person don't want to be there and don't have good intentions, you shouldn't have them around the child. But we just saying that she had a moral responsibility. And she paid financial things, whatever, but it shows on her character.
Yes,
right.
What about that, Nikki? She was always evil. So I'm glad that you made this panel, Sharrell. I'm glad you're exposing her for what I already knew, and many of us already knew she was back in the View days. She was always evil. But also this, when you guys said the Lamar needs to go get a job, why? Look at all these women that get pregnant by Tristan and what's the other one? Future.
We're not saying any of them are right, though. That's the thing. We got to have a conversation. We're not saying any of them are right, and we're doing equal opportunity to say they should get a job, he should get a job, but just like he is paying for his babies, Sherri should pay for hers. And just like we're saying, if somebody else gets a raise, that the man got a raise, the kid's mother will have to get a raise. Sherri's going to have to raise up her child support too when she gets
hold
that
on
big
one
paycheck.
second. Let me read this. Whatever Wendy's passed, she deserves some grace right now.
I believe that.
Why? Did she
Hold on, let me
apologize?
read this one. A woman defends men. Applause to Minnesota. Bring her back on. Oh, they like you, Nikki.
I've always tried to get on, but you're always full.
Nikki, I want to ask you a question. So when she gets the Wendy Williams job, and she's got it, okay, it is what it is. And Lamar comes back and wants more money, what are you in favor of? Give him his money?
Give him every single dime. I want him to drag her. And I'm never in favor of a man going after a woman, but I don't like her. It is so wrong for her to appeal. It's one thing for the trial court to say you're wrong, Sherri, but then she goes back and still tries to get it overturned. You are disgusting. That is your child legally. Now, biologically, it's not. And then also, I mean, really morally, it's not either, because she doesn't claim any ownership to the child. So it shouldn't be forced on her, but you definitely need to pay every single dime. But I also think if you're not going to claim the child, you should never post about that child. You should never talk about that child. You don't need to say anything. You pay your child support quietly. Just look at Eddie Murphy. Did Eddie Murphy not have the baby with that Spice Girl? Do you guys remember that? And then she was crying on social media how he wasn't taking care. And you know what he did? He quietly said, I'm going to pay this child support and not see that child. And I remember thinking,
he has the baby girl, though. He has her now. So he did,
okay,
he
well,
did eventually end up acknowledging that little girl. And he actually has her now because she had a little bad moment with the ex-husband and he took the little girl and he's taking care of that little girl right now. But in terms of Wendy, I want to say this. We all fall short, right? And that was Wendy's job that she was doing. Did she overstep sometimes? Was she dead wrong for what she did to Method Man's wife or whatever the case may be? I'm going to say absolutely yes. But if we all got harsh karma for the things that we did, we all would be in trouble. There's times where we all fall short. I don't think this is karma. I think what Wendy is going through right now is the fact that she has substance abuse. She had this, she had that. And that's why all of this, where she's at right now. There's some very bad people that's sitting back chilling right now and no karma has come to them. I think it's about her substance abuse and everything she did throughout her life, not taking care of herself, is why she's where she's at right now. That's just my opinion.
And I totally respect that, Diva, but I gotta disagree, because you said, should we be judged harshly? If I had 24 hours to tell you the hell that I'm going through with my child's father, and you would be up in arms. I'm being judged harshly, so you know what? I compare my situation to everybody else. Yes, she should be. You don't get to dox people. You don't get to go on here and say stuff and say rude stuff. And it's different if you apologize, but Wendy has never apologized for the stuff she says. She always says, I'm doing a job. She says, I'm doing, but that was a job that she chose. You didn't have to do that. It's not, and also that's medical information.
They all gonna rot in hell. There's people that still do it to this day. That's not Wendy. They're all gonna rot in hell. I mean, I'm not saying that everything she did is right. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's all just karma coming back on her now. And everything that you're going through with your child's father, listen, we can have a whole different child support and all that conversation. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we also have to be responsible as a person who we choose as a mate, and who we choose to lay down with, and who we choose to have a baby with. So you got to be careful. That's why, you shouldn't really be, not to say that marriage is 100%, but that's why you shouldn't be open it wide and spreading it low with people you don't even really know them yet. Okay? So then what happens is they drop a seed in you and you find out 2 seconds later they're a hot mess. That's not the baby's
right. All right. I got to end it here. We've gone over an hour again. What are your final words, Nikki? In the audience, you're a big hit. They loved you. What's your final words?
I want Lamar to take all that child support, and I really hope a good friend steps in for Wendy. Even though I don't like her, I think a friend, I don't think her son is old enough and just mature enough to protect her assets. And she clearly doesn't have family that close. Her dad's too old. I want a good friend, a longtime friend, to step in and help her, because I don't think she's mentally capable. I know she doesn't. That's why I'm hoping that somebody comes out of the woodwork.
She has a sister that's an attorney, though.
Yeah.
I feel bad, but to me, it's all karma. It's all karma. And I'm not happy about it. It's all karma. Thank y'all.
You got to come back. What a great host. Great guest. I enjoy talking to you. Thank you. Ruth, what are your last words?
No, my last words are, Wendy, Kevin is back. I forget you, baby. Kevin is back, baby.
Thank you, Ruth. You got to call in. We miss you.
I love you too, guys.
Bye.
Take care, Ruth.
Bye.
Well, that was a heated show. That was
good.
It was and at the end of the day, I don't think nobody's right and nobody's wrong. It's to each his own.
Right.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to thank. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you backstage. I'm just completely out of time. I do apologize. I want to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in the comments. You guys were bringing the opinion. Okay? It was insane. Here we go, guys. Anybody got anything else to say before we sign off?
Sherri, call your baby.
Yeah, you're wrong today.
Everybody have a nice weekend. Everybody have a nice weekend. Be safe.
All right, on three, guys. Let's say bye. 1, 2, 3.
Happy Friday.
Bye, guys.
Love y'all.